Yeah.
Oh no!
Matt, what the hell was that?
Wasn't me, Coach. Welcome to the Straight Red Card. Get off our lawn.
Welcome to the Straight Red Card. Thanks for joining us tonight in our lovely abodes. Cougar Hour has arrived. Cougar Hour. Is this that thing about my mom again?
Yes.
Gross.
It's cake time, right? It's Cougar Hour.
Coogan.
Cougar Hour.
Kugen. Coogan means cake in German. It's Coogan Hour. It wasn't my mom, it wouldn't be as gross, but otherwise. I mean, I wouldn't. Anybody who, let's say, was around my age would be considered a cougar, but they'd be around my age, so it's not really cougar, right? You know? You got two 50-year-olds dating, which one's the cougar?
It's the older one. The cougar is an older woman dating a younger male.
I ain't dating no 70-year-old woman. That ain't happening. No offense to 70-year-old women, but that's just...
What if she's fit? Come on.
It's just not my fit. Yeah, right. For how much longer? Welcome to the Cougar Hour. I mean, the Straight Red Card. Woo! All right. Yes, we've got all kinds of things to talk about today. So do you want to start with some emails first? Because, I mean, listen, we're going to try to keep this reasonable tonight.
Who uses the email? Who uses the email?
I mean, we used to get emails, but now I think everybody figured it out. Just tweet us. Yeah. Do we have any tweets?
There you go. This is a great way of wording it. Cougar is subjective.
I guess if the dude is 15 and the chick is 25, is she a cougar?
No. Cougar is an older, generally speaking, cougar is usually referred to as like a middle-aged or older woman dating a
40 and up?
Usually.
40 and up? Yeah, that makes sense.
But I would like to say congratulations, Derek.
I guess Derek has kicked his granny scat porn habit he had back in the day. Not my time, not my thing, though, dude. Scat. But, I mean, listen, nothing against you, turd, but frankly, I think that's pretty gross.
Well, I guess Star Wars Stan. Oh, I said Stan. Star Wars Satan has brought it up. Let's talk about the rumors of John Brooks. Can you find out where it's at?
Star Wars Satan, when you comment, try to get the word
hell
or heck or, so you could say, hell, John Anthony Brooks. Got to get hell in there if you're going to be representing Satan. All right, just saying. Not that I'm a Satan expert. I'm not a Satanist. So, defender John Brooks will be the last deal for an Al Nassr Saudi club in the current song. Fucking A. Please say that's not true.
So, this is kind of a mixed bag here.
He's just taking the money. That's all he's doing at this point.
So let's take this for, let's say it's real. Let's say it's really happening. He's basically telling everybody, look, I know that whatever I do, Greg's not bringing me. So I'm going to be taking the highest paycheck, and that's where I'm going. And that's what this would be if this was real. And I'm not saying it's fake. I'm not saying it's real. I don't know. However, there are a number of people who are claiming that this is a fake account, posting fake rumors.
I don't know jack about George. Jack.
I don't know either. And he apparently works for Essex Live, but I don't know who he is.
Isn't Essex? And well, I guess there's probably one somewhere up north.
England.
It's England.
England, yes.
But there is an Essex in New York too. Maybe it's an Essex County. I can't remember.
Yes, who knows? I'm guessing. Well, let's just take a look here. That doesn't tell me shit.
Yeah, doesn't say where they're from, but it's probably England.
England.
And my question is, why does he fucking care?
Where John's going? It's just rumors. I mean, he may have gotten notification because there are some people who are out there saying, I've also heard from people who are close to the club that unless Brooks decides otherwise, he will be the last signing, or he will be signed by this team.
Who has contacts at Al Nassr, Saudi, a Saudi club? I'd like to know who those people are. because it sounds like bullshit. John Brooks has joined the Live, the Live Tour. Yeah, that, if you don't know it, folks, is the alternative golf tournament started by the Saudis and Greg Norman to piss off everybody. I don't think everybody's pissed off because some people are just taking the money.
So I know. Well, and George has his comment section turned off to anybody he does not mention. So Essex Live can comment down below, but nobody else can. However, there are, like I said, there are a number of people, and Berlin's one that kind of thinks that either this guy's kind of like a fake account. He's drawing in a lot of followers on Twitter, a lot of people on Instagram, really, really recently, especially based off of this tweet.
How old is his account?
I think it was January of 2021, so about a year and a half.
He might have started his job at Essex Live at that point.
He might be legit. Maybe he's heard some things. Maybe there has been talks with Al Nassar. Did I get that close? Was that good?
Yeah.
Hey, look at me. I'm getting worldly.
Al Nasser.
Al Nasser.
That's the George Bush pronunciation.
But yeah. So until something else comes out, I'm not running with this quote or this rumor. I can understand if it does come true. Again, I can understand why he would take that. It's the same reason why people go to China in the end.
He could play for the
final paycheck.
He could play for the Tuscaloosa Fruit Loops or the Real Madrid, and he's not going to Qatar.
Yes, 100%.
It doesn't matter.
So, I know there was talks about him going to MLS. That kind of fell through. I mean, my guess
he wants too much money.
Yeah.
Yes, he's asking price by his agent. I hear is way more than you would expect to hear.
Yeah.
His weekly wage.
Quite frankly, there are very few MLS teams that are willing to pony up the cash for a defender. So
yeah,
they usually earmark that money for offensive players.
Oh yeah, so he was going to make a lot anyhow. So, by the way, did you catch the
people? But if it happens, it happens.
Did you catch the MLS All-Star game?
I did not. I honestly didn't even know what was happening.
No, it was on ESPN and it was on at 8:30, I believe. I watched it. I mean, sort of. I kind of watched it. I mean, I actually liked the skills challenge the day before. That was a lot of fun. The game, MLS dominated again. I mean, well, they won and they outplayed the Mexican All Stars, who on paper are supposed to be better, but they're not. I don't. People are going to be pissed in Mexico about that. They're like, why do we just keep losing in everything?
Yep. Across the board, only to Americans.
Yeah, there was that one English news show that's still calling him Dyke. Dyke is out for 2 months. Dyke? Jesus, I don't know you're allowed to say that on TV.
I mean, just going based off the spelling alone, sure.
No, you got to know guy's background a little. He's got African parents. They wouldn't pronounce that Dyke in Africa. That's definitely DK.
I couldn't imagine, and I'm sure there are some people out there with the last name Dyke, probably Dutch, but
yes, there are. Yes,
but it'd be one of those names where I'm like, I feel like I would have to change it. Only have daughters at that point.
yeah, exactly.
Change the last name. I mean, it'd be a rough 18 plus years for her.
I mean, it's rough. We had there was that golfer named Brian Gay. I mean, that's got to be rough growing up with that. There were the Dick brothers played on my soccer team in Fort Knox. Mike Dick and Mark Dick. We call them the Dick brothers.
Yep.
Everybody joked about his name. Or how about even having the first name Richard? That had to suck in high school. It had to for our age because back then people made fun of you. And I remember when one guy, one of the teachers, who
was his first name Harry?
No, his first name was Richard. But
I thought you said his last name was Richard.
No, his first name was Richard. In fact, the teacher was doing roll one day, and Chad McGowan was a smart ass. I think it was him. And the teacher said, Richard so-and-so, and Chad blurted out, call him Dick. He's older now. So I wouldn't like to have Richard either. And my parents almost named me Richard. Then I would have been Richard Rich.
Yeah,
Richard Ritchie. Oh my
that would have
God.
been rough.
I said, thank you. God, you did not name me Richard. Thank you. I thank you for that. All right.
All right.
Yeah, DK's going to be
Al says-
sidelined. So
Al says that you're an expert in African dialect now.
I know some dialects. Yes, I do. I'm not an expert. You know,
The Dutch spell it.
yes. Dyke. There is a Virgil van Dyke. What do you mean? There's one right now. Just because he has Van in front of it doesn't mean he's still not a Dyke at the end. All right.
That was a soft yes.
It was a very soft yes. Yeah, I mean, I'm a history dork. So, you know, I've done some reading. I can tell you the difference between the different tribes and some of the tribes. I studied the Zulus extensively because of the Zulu Wars. So I know a lot about Southern African tribes. Anyhow, no, I'm not an expert, and
I wouldn't give a shit.
Well, you should give a shit.
I don't give it. Yeah, no.
I mean, there were those Zulu Wars where there's a whole movie called Zulu Dawn and Zulu.
I've heard Red Dawn. Is that the same thing?
No, that's a stupid movie. But the original movie.
Whoa. Red Dawn, like the 80s Red Dawn, or are you talking about the
Is that
2000
the
remake?
kids? Red Dawn, the one where they take on the Russian army in Cuba.
The Russians parachute down into middle America. Yeah. Who would know that? Who would know that a bunch of rural kids that can shoot guns could shoot guns?
That movie was a joke. That's what that movie was. But no, the one I was talking about was good. Zulu. It has Michael Caine in it. Excellent movie. Excellent. If you have not seen
Young
Zulu,
or old Michael Caine?
Young.
Okay.
Very good. He's awesome in the movie. Well produced.
Can't do Michael Caine.
It's just about a bunch of 3 companies of British soldiers who got trapped in a little village and had to defend it off from the Zulus. So, okay. Zulu wars are interesting, especially versus the British. Yes, indeed.
I will say I'll put in a little asterisk next to my I don't give a shit, meaning that I don't follow history in that sense. I like a lot of the Middle Ages Europe, and that's basically it. Maybe Japan during the whole samurai shit.
How about the 100 Years' War? You know your 100 Years' War?
Not really.
Okay.
I don't even know.
That's medieval.
Sure.
War of the Roses. That's not just a movie.
I don't actually. Okay, my history is not my forte as far as knowing. I like that genre. Let me put it that way.
Okay, that's what I'm making.
When it comes to like fictional books or movies based off it, sure, I'll watch it. But I'm not a big history buff as far as knowing years and dates and who's fighting where, what this war is called, or anything like that shit.
You don't know the difference between Henry VIII and Henry the 13th. To you, it's all one big fat guy.
I am.
I know that
song. A song name after him. I know that.
That's Herman's Hermits. Look at me. I'm on it tonight. Even
Henry
though
VIII, the one who murdered all of his wives, or was that the 5th?
No, I thought it was the 8th.
Okay.
Henry VIII, I am. Henry VIII, I am. That's Herman's Hermits. His accent is absolutely atrocious in that song, but I can listen to it somehow. All right. Herman's Hermits. Look him up. Henry VIII song. Good song. All right. Next. Are we out? That's it for Twitter?
No. We got tons of stuff. You got anything new?
Well,
wait. You want to do Hoppy?
Hoppy's move is finalized.
Yes.
With Middlesbrough. He passed his physical. Actually, he passed it days ago. He passed it on Tuesday. He passed the physical on Tuesday. It's Thursday. The pen went to paper. It's official, and this is one of the best moves he could have made.
It was officially reported 3.6, which I think is what you said.
Ooh, I did say that.
No,
wow, how did I get the number so right on? Wonder how. When no one else
also, on top of that, I knew that we were going to talk about him. I would have pulled up the picture of him hanging out with Stefan, but I don't have that set up, so I'm not going to go looking for it.
Well, let's just hope a little bit of Hoppy rubs off on Stefan, because his confidence is down in the drain.
Oh, I see where you went with that. Okay, sure.
He needs some of that confidence to rub off on him. He's indecisive. He's looking horrible at this rate. Turner's starting. I don't care if he plays 3 games for Arsenal this season. Tuchel said he doesn't trust Pulisic because he's American. No, he didn't. I read the article. That's not exactly what he said. I think that's not a fair assessment of what he said. And by the way, the article was by, what article? Which it was an English paper. I can't remember which one. It's one of the ones that's usually not totally full of shit, like a lot of English papers are. So there might be some truth to the matter. Obviously, we already know what Mark Pulisic thinks. So I mean, he deleted the tweet, but we know what he said. And so, yeah, obviously Pulisic's not happy. But then he played in the last game. Oh, yeah.
He doesn't even look like Hoppy.
I know that new
hair, man.
That new look is crazy.
I think Berlin even talks about it somewhere, I thought, about him pulling the Landon Donovan look.
Yeah, that is kind of circa 2002.
Yeah, let's go ahead and cover this question since it's there, and we'll come back to Pulisic because I only pulled this up because I know there's another one on here about talking about the Newcastle rumors. But Markolov says, I defended Zach for many years, and I'm going to keep defending him as our starting goalie, even though his confidence is shaky right now.
Okay.
I'm hoping it's not bitch problems.
Jesus
he's our listener when he says that.
Yeah.
Hope it's not bitch problems.
I think it's more family issues, what I've heard.
Also, really looking forward to seeing Hoppy get minutes of Burrow.
I think he will, too. I really do. I think he won't start the first game. He'll come in the last 15, but the next game, I think he's going to start. I think that he's going to demand to start. I hope he's not too pushy about it because I heard he can be. Hey, why are you taking me off, coach? Kind of thing. Yeah. Or why aren't I playing? Sort of what Clint Mathis did to his career. Piss every single manager he ever fucking had off for not playing him enough in Germany. So, I can't find the Newcastle comments. I'll have to go back through that later, I guess. But apparently it's a rumor. It's a rumor. I mean, listen, Pulisic played the last, 15 minutes of the last game. 18, 17, whatever it was. He could have put in all kinds of other guys that he had on the bench. But who did he put in? He put in Pulisic. So there you go. Obviously, he still values him. And I really doubt they're going to get rid of him because they've already lost Werner. They've already lost Lukaku. I mean, we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. And unless they bring somebody else in here in the end of this window, I'm saying Pulisic stays, especially with an American owner. So this opportunity to put Roldan in the thumbnail.
Hold on, before we jump into this, hold on. I will preface this by saying in our thumbnail, I've got a picture of like 5 different U.S. players. So this is where Chris comes in and says it's a missed opportunity to put Roldan in the thumbnail just for the laughs. He does say his favorite player because he does go into this, and we're going to skip that because we'll come back to this later. But I felt that this was a great point. I mean, I could have trolled Twitter, but I didn't. So I spent time working at work making this. Just because I felt bad, I let Chris down. So Derek, I can't hear you. Hold on, you muted yourself. I can't unmute you. Unplug your shit and plug it back in, my man. Can you hear me? Thank you. Okay. Well, I'm going to wait for the reveal because I feel like I want to get his laughter because I prepped this up. Set it up all day today. I spent way too long making this for the laughs. I ended up having to tag Tactical into it just so I can get his answer onto it because you good?
Yeah, you should be able to hear me now.
I can hear you now. Thank you.
No, that's bullshit, dude. I just barely tapped my fucking mic, and it went out.
Your USB port sucks balls. You need to get a computer, man.
That USB fucking this whole computer blows balls. Did I tell you that I bought a new computer?
You bought a new computer?
Yes, for just my contract work and my work at work, because I couldn't use. Like they gave me the shitty computer. Then I used my own computer. They were both shitty. And so I'm like, I'm going out and I bought like an $800 fucking computer, dude. And I'm at work and that shit's just flying. Zing, zang, zing, zing, zang, zing, 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 zing. Because it's got RAM, 16 of them. You know?
Imagine you may have like 4 RAM in your laptop. That's
Yes.
how it works.
This
It's
is a
gotta be the
4.
shits.
Yes, this is 4.
Okay.
What I have at work is 16.
So-
Anyhow, sorry to interrupt.
Back to what I was saying.
I'm sure you were
I feel
having
like
a
I feel
deep
like I let Chris.
conversation.
I feel like I let Chris down and everybody else. So I had a tag. Ended up creating a new thumbnail. I didn't use it. We'll use it some other day.
Mm-hmm.
But this is the new one. Who's your favorite player?
Oh no! You squeezed Legit in there
I did.
too.
Yes. You're the first person to mention this too. Everybody's just laughing at it. But yeah, I squeezed the Legit in there too. I spent way too much time on this.
Do you think he's going to get on the plane to Qatar?
Hold on. Somebody already talked about this. Let me find that.
Yeah, Lawless thinks
right
he
there.
is.
It's a vibing thing.
Yeah, Lawless seems to think he's going to make it because he likes him in the locker room. So does Greg? So
Pick your favorite, my man. Who do you got? Tactical said his favorite is Rolled On.
I thought it was Breck Shea, but hey, what do I know?
Yeah.
Oh,
All
it's
this for left.
Tact. Are you going to be on the show Monday? Let us know. I could just
I haven't seen him in this comment section. So
Oh,
I don't know if
okay.
he's here, but
all right, I'll just text him. I'm sorry. I thought you said he was in this conversation.
Oh no, he said it in the comment section of this tweet.
Oh, the tweet. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Missing Breck Shea and Zardes. Great job, Brett.
I had to look for 4 different Rolled On pictures just to get him angled in the right as other photos. Look at this; they're perfect.
And then you just gave up on one of them. You're like,
oh no, I had to throw a Legit in there because that's what added the humor to it.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The second one from the right looks like he's wearing one of those bands on his head.
I'm sitting here, just like splicing their face off and everything like that. And, kids coming up with their iPad problems. And I'm like, son of a bitch, I actually got to work now.
God, I almost had the third head done, you bitch. Why'd you bring your fucking problems to me?
Oh, well, this was well worth the time and effort. I've chuckled enough at it. So
yes, it's funny.
It was good times. Good times.
Good times. Or no, wait. There's a song called Good Times for the show Good Times, right? I can't remember how it goes. Anyhow, and usually those things stick in your head. Like, that one show. That's the guy who runs the junkyard. Something and Son. Oh shit, my brain.
Sanford and Sons?
Sanford and Son, yeah, that's the theme song. Huh?
Said, hey, look at that.
Yeah, how did you get it? You never
even
even watched it.
You said Something and Son, so that's all I do. I don't think I've ever watched a single episode, and I've certainly never listened to the theme song.
I used to watch
but I do know the name, at least.
I know. I used to watch that show as a
There
kid.
you go. Rugged Ugg's got you covered.
Sanford and Son. I almost said Samford, and I'm like, wait, Samford? That doesn't sound right. And then I was like, Bamford and Son? No. Oh, you're low.
Yeah, I know. It's just, I don't keep
I'm
it around
low.
because I don't keep it near me because if I could fill up while on the show, I'd be fucking wasted at the end of it.
Schwasted.
Yeah, wasted. What are you drinking? I'm drinking bourbon.
Right now, I'm drinking Canada Dry and a good vodka. But I'm going to move on later in the show to
dry and a good vodka mixed together.
Yeah, and Canada Dry. I like ginger ale. I've got a La Fin du Mont. A La Fin du Mont, one of the best beers ever made. They are located in Canada, and this beer is produced by Unibrow.
It's
also
Elizabeth.
It's yes.
And he says, "Who's
this
Elizabeth?
Is the big one. This is the big one.
Who's Elizabeth?
I'm coming to meet you." Elizabeth was his dead wife.
It's also my wife.
Oh,
Adam, you better watch yourself.
But we don't call her Elizabeth. We don't call your wife Elizabeth. She goes by EB.
She does go by EB.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anything else? We're still doing comments here?
No. You had told me somebody gave up their chance in Europe to come back to MLS recently. Who you got?
Kyle Duncan.
Kyle Duncan's on his way back. Where's he going?
He left Ostende and he's going to Red Bull. Going back to Red Bull. Guess that whole trip to Belgium didn't work out. It's not like Ostende was that great of a team either. He didn't like his time there or his playing time there, and he left. So Kyle Duncan, back to MLS.
Do you think they have a quota for Americans in that country? Because an Americans might be on his way to the same country.
Tolkien? Yeah. I mean, that wouldn't surprise me. I think he's going to have to fight for a spot. It's not like Anderlecht are pushovers. They have good players. So
they say it's a loan for Duncan. They're loaning him back to MLS?
Are you serious?
They're loaning him to MLS?
So it's like, let's swap. You have the sucky player we don't like. Yeah, exactly. We'll give him back to you, but we want the other one you got now. Okay.
Yeah, but when we talked about it briefly, basically stating that some people are saying that it's real. Some people are saying that he's a fake account. There go you. And others, definitely. And we talked about the questionable legitimacy behind the rumor. So we basically told people to take it with a huge grain of salt.
Yeah.
Huge.
Take that pick out and start chopping down that salt because it's a big, huge piece. But still, it wouldn't surprise me because Al Nassr could throw big live money at him, LIV money. And, he's not going to make the World Cup team either way. So he's going to take the money. That's what I would do. I mean, if I already knew I wasn't going to make the team.
You just woke up. What is it, like 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock your time?
Yeah, but he coaches like 8 teams and, has like 3 hobbies. And then he's still got to jerk off in between somewhere. So he's exhausted. All of us have.
Probably came home, fell right asleep, and then just woke up because that's what it is.
All right. What else we got? What else we got from
what
the
else
fans?
We got? We got a mix. We can talk about a Weston McKinney, or we can talk about a Alexi Laws. What do you want to go with?
Well, I like the question on Alexi's show today, which was which team in the World Cup is most likely to piss off their fan base the most.
Well, okay, let's talk about your topic with Alexi, and I'll bring mine up.
Okay. Well, the obvious answer was that everybody said England.
And called it. Yep.
There's a very good chance that could happen because my stepson and I are replaying Group B, and England tied Wales in our series 1-1. Then USA tied Iran 2-2. That sucked. You can see we're playing really close games. Then the United States beats England 2-1, and then Wales beats Iran 3-0. And so we're going into the last 2 games, which will be next Tuesday: USA versus Wales, England versus Iran. So we're playing.
We need to get this shit. We need to start recording these things.
Yeah, well, we're playing 2019 right now. We can't find anybody online to play against. So if we can find
a reason for that, I mean, you're about 3 years off of.
I'm sorry, 2021 sucks. I refuse to play that. It's.
I'm saying let's suck it up and let's go the Pro Evo route because I'm not sure what's happening with FIFA. I mean, with the license and everything. I mean, who knows who's going to be running FIFA and at what quality it's going to be at? Because it's EA, right?
EA Sports. It's in the game.
They no longer have the game. I agree.
Mexico? No, Mexican fans have very low expectations for their team right now.
Yeah,
honestly,
disappointing so bad.
I mean, listen. Okay, so I live back in Indianapolis now, or near Indianapolis Fisher, right on the border. It's actually a nice
Indianapolis. Just call it that. Nobody knows what Fisher's is.
So I have a Mexican grocery near me, and I have a Mexican restaurant, and I've been spending a lot of time in both. And I see people wearing their Mexican shirts, and we'll have a conversation about it. It's fun. I'm like, oh, you're a
Mexican
national team. No, I just say, so how do you feel about the World Cup? You're wearing the shirt. Are you feeling good about what happened? And they're all saying, no. Everyone says no. It's not going to be good. We're going to suck. And I'm like, wow, they're really. He's like, you guys beat us all the time now.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing with Mexico. When it comes to these tournaments, they for whatever reason seem to show up, even on the season.
That's true.
2 cycles ago, when they almost flamed out, they almost pulled a 2018 US in 2014. But they were fortunate that we beat the team that we played to get them the 4th place spot, so they went into the playoffs.
Yes.
They were dicks and fucked us over in the 2018. Whatever. We forgave them because then we beat them the entire 2022 cycle.
Mexico has no other choice but to actually play better than expected because they've been so poor. And so I don't think there's high expectations.
It's gonna be strange. It's gonna happen. I guarantee you.
Oh, they will play better. They usually play better in the World Cup. So I don't think people are going to be disappointed. I think they're more likely to be happily, surprised. Like, oh, we don't suck as bad as I thought we do. At least for Mexican fans.
Sure.
Americans, fans, that's just an opinion from an American fan. There you go.
You ready for the Alexi Lawless tweet that blew up the internet, apparently?
Oh, no. What did he say? Darlington Nagbe is good enough to play in any league and in any team in the world, and this has been true for many years. He's arguably the smoothest American midfielder in history. He said it last night on the All-Star game, too. And yes, was Nagbe good at the All-Star game? Yes, he was.
Any league and any team.
But he is very good, and he should have played in Europe. I do not know why he did not play in Europe. He's not playing for Barcelona, and he's not playing for Real Madrid or Liverpool or Man City. I'll tell you that much. But he could have played in Europe, and he could have played at a Leipzig or something like that. But for whatever reason, he was one of those guys from that generation that just didn't even Breck Shea gave it a good shake and wag, But
That's about all he gave too.
Keep in mind, yes. Keep in mind, Nagbe is a very family-oriented person. Okay, that is one of the reasons he wanted back in Columbus. Okay, not because he didn't like winning titles in Atlanta or like winning titles in Portland. It was his family first, and his family are all in Columbus. They're the Columbus area, and that's more. It's also why he turned down Greg. He also said, "Listen, it's more important for me to spend time with my family."
Okay, so there's first up that was Alex. You left off the /s to indicate sarcasm. The reason why he basically said that he's retired from the national team is that he was getting pissed off that he was getting called up and never played. He's like, why am I even here? I could be at home with my family, which is more important to me right now.
Yeah.
And that's how it is. Basically, he's like, he got burnt out because he got called in. He might play for a minute or two here or at all.
Right.
And he got pissed off and he's done. So,
but that's not the only reason. Guess he was called up again, and it was probably likely he would play based on the teams we were going to play. And, he just said, nah, I'm kind of done with the national team. I'm more interested in Hank. And then he had his mother was sick. One of his family members close to him was ill as well. Yeah. So he's like, yeah, I'm done with that. You guys, good luck.
Could Nagbe have played a bigger role over the last two cycles, including this cycle and last cycle with the national team? Absolutely. Was he called in? No, barely called in. Camp Cupcake only, really. Occasionally a friendly here or there, but never played. And it just pissed him off.
Well, how much playing time would Musa have gotten if Nagbe was on the team during this whole period? I'd say less. So I'm glad maybe in some ways Nagbe didn't make the team because now Musa is beginning to blossom. And he's gotten more playing time, way more playing time. I think you hold on to some of those 28-year-old guys too long.
Sure.
And, they become fixtures.
32, you mean?
And Musa ends up riding more pine than he should, or, or maybe even Adams. I don't know. Adams probably because Nagbe is a deep line player, but he plays a lot more like Musa. I mean, in fact, they're almost carbon copies with Musa having a higher ceiling, which is exciting. Dude is not even smoother than current LDLT. Lawless is insanely annoying. That's kind of his thing, though. That's what Lawless does.
He's not a troll like Doyle's been recently.
No, because he believes his bullshit.
Yes, 100%. And he this is the thing I've always said about Lawless. I thoroughly enjoy the way he approaches content creation here because he may thoroughly believe that Nagbe could play on any team. Nagbe could play for Liverpool. Absolutely, hands down. Well, anybody could, in theory, play for Liverpool. It's just, will he ever have seen the bench? Will he have ever seen game day 18? No.
No, I don't think so.
Couldn't imagine so.
I mean,
could he have played for last cycle's or last year's Norwich team? Sure, absolutely, hands down. Would have been an improvement.
I think the the inflaming or the irritating part of this tweet is the good enough to play in any league and any team in the world part. I don't think so, Lawless.
He's doubled down on it too. Well, he doesn't double down. What happens when people call him out on that? He just sort of says, happy trails or all right.
I'm a homer.
He doesn't necessarily defend it by any means. But I mean, in his defense, why would he need to? He's already done it. This has already done what he needs it to do. It draws content. People are communicating. They're actually debating the topic. And not debating, but
he says it because he believes it. He really does.
Sure.
I mean, he says it because he's an arrogant motherfucker too. He's like, I'm gonna say some crazy shit, and I believe it, and it's gonna piss a bunch of people off, and I like pissing people off. It's fun. I wouldn't call this a hot take, but I'd rather call up Nagby than roll Dunn. I'll give you that on amen on that one.
Oh, sorry. Stop it. They got moved up on me. Where is it at? I wanted this one. No, fuck me. It keeps moving. Here we go. Al said this. No, he doesn't. This is what he believes is bullshit. No, he doesn't. He's paid for his bullshit. Well, he's paid by Fox, and Fox has no connection to MLS. So technically speaking, he's not paid for this bullshit.
No, he's not.
He can flat out state that Nagby's not worth a grain of salt in Europe.
But like Jimmy Conrad, he's also admitted straight up to being biased for MLS players and MLS. Yeah. They are not hiding it. Yeah. Like Jimmy said it flat out. I am an MLS advocate. I'm sorry. I can't help it. That's where I played my whole professional career, as did Lawless. Played most of his there too, except for that stint in Italy for a while.
I'm not sure.
You're sure it's only
Fox? I don't think he works anywhere. I'm not sure he works for anybody else.
No, he only works for Fox. That's it.
He might get paid by somebody else to shill for it. It's possible, but I don't know.
He might have a cougar who pays him. We don't know any of that. So, since this is Cougar Hour,
here you go. This is basically what you're saying. He's emotionally invested.
Yes, he is. So he's obviously biased. He's admitted he's biased. So it's like you already know. Take everything he says about MLS players with a grain of salt. Although he was right about Zimmerman, and when we had him 7th on the list and he had him 1st, and we were like, "What?"
Detroit City plays for like NPSL or where the fuck?
Yeah, that has no standing.
No bearing at all on MLS.
No, it doesn't.
I'm gonna call no on this. I
mean, he's a homer.
It's a homer. Yes, thank you.
He's a homer because he loves it. Yeah.
Yeah, he came back from his Euro stint and he played in MLS for the end of his career, and he's defended it for years.
Yep.
And he's going to continue to defend it. Yes, he may be a homer for it. 100%.
He said he's a homer. I mean, there's no debate. He said he's biased and in favor of advocating for MLS. That's what he does.
Mm.
I mean, so investing in Detroit. Now, if he was invested in LAFC, I'd say, okay, that makes sense. Detroit City, I think they did move up.
USL 1 or something like that?
League One, I believe. I don't think it's championship. I think it's
USL 1. Or whatever.
It could be. I don't know. I don't watch.
Regardless, it doesn't matter.
I watch Indy 11. That's it. I don't pay attention to that. I barely do that either. I just watch them when they're on TV. Now I don't go to games. My knees and hips are fucked, and I can't stand in the BYB. I guess I could buy actual sitting tickets on the side.
Now that you're in Indy, it's only instead of an hour trip one way, now it's only going to take you 30-minute trip.
That's true. It only will take me about 40 minutes to get there from here.
I always joke around because when going to Indy 11 games, it literally only took me about 25 minutes to get to the game.
Well, it takes me 30 minutes to get to work, and that's nowhere near. That's near Butler.
Well, I mean, you're not taking all highway miles. I mean, literally.
Yeah, you're right.
Hear this.
That's a good point.
It's the 465 around the 70. 70 takes you right down to MLK. MLK's there.
465 is constantly fucked.
But it's Saturday night.
One thing I
learned Saturday night.
That's true. One thing I learned about since I've been here. So every day this week I've drove to work. There has been a major wreck on Michigan Road on the way to Butler.
Yeah.
Every day there has been at least one major. One day there was 2. So I had to take Kessler, all right, to Meridian and then go north because Michigan Road was fucked. It was a 3-car crash. It was crazy. Yeah.
Kessler to Meridian.
Kessler goes
Shot back up.
through Broad
Doesn't make any sense. Kessler to what, like 62nd and shot across?
Kessler goes east to west. I was on Michigan.
Oh, no. You're right.
Yeah.
That's 56. That's 56th Street, roughly speaking.
Yeah.
Yes.
56th Street. I know well. That's where Fort Ben Harrison is on the east side. I'm getting all.
This is way off topic, by the way.
It is. All right. Next topic.
All right. Well, we got rid of Lawless. Well, let's go with let's jump into McKinney.
Austin McKinney's recovery from a dislocated shoulder is going very well. I don't know how they know that. It is now possible that he will be called in the matchday squad to face Sassuolo this upcoming Monday. No fuck. That's great news, man.
Yeah. This kid is the stereotypical American player where you get injured and then a young American player, remember phrases, where you get injured and like you rub some dirt on it and then amazingly in a week and a half you're fine.
I mean, in our day and age,
exactly.
Mine especially, you took a shoulder thing and you felt like, oh shit, my shit's out of socket.
Fucked up.
They took you to the sideline, and the fucking dude who knew how to do medical shit and not very well grabbed your arm, went, ah! And you went, ah! And it went back in, and he said, get the fuck back out there.
It's still a little sore. I can't lift it past this part. You
I
don't
know.
need that. You just got to run.
I've had that one where you can't lift it above your shoulder. I've had that one. Yeah.
Yeah. But no, so this is just like his foot. Broken foot, expected to be out X amount of months. He came back like a month and a half early.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you, he wasn't playing because they got to work him back into match fitness. But same thing here. He was expected to be out for like a month. He was out for like a week and a half. Now they're talking about like him being back at practice, and that he might be available for the Monday game, which he won't be. Don't get me wrong. He's not going to play that game.
This guy heals so fast they should call this motherfucker Wolverine. You know, seriously, it should be his new nickname, man.
I love it. That was awesome. But yeah, that's great news. Love to see it.
Yes.
And there were people like, oh, he might not be back for World Cup. I'm like, fuck off. Even if he went to full time, he would still be back for World Cup.
Yeah, they put fucking NFL pads on that shit and throw them out there. Trust me.
And now his shoulder hurts when it rains. The storm coming. It's coming.
He seems to be kind of guy that can take pain. Kind of like me.
Well, not calling. So he's calling him back early. Not necessarily calling him back early. Just like when he hurt his foot. I mean, some people just recover faster than other people.
It's kind of funny though. The actual injury that he has.
Yeah.
So when does it go from? When does it go from being dislocated to listen?
Yeah.
What does it go? It's one of those injuries. It's like, okay, it's dislocated. Is it located? When does it become located instead of dislocated? Is there or a step where it's like, okay, now you're only 15% dislocated. Now you're only 8% dislocated. Now you're only 5% dislocated. Oh, you're ready to go. You are 0% dislocated. How does that injury heal itself? That's what. When I think of dislocated, I'm like, well, just locate it and put that fucker back in. Maybe that's what
it comes to healing. There are some people that'll heal faster than others. Obviously, there are tons of players out there that have nagging injuries nonstop that just continue to persist. It's just like sicknesses. Some people get over illnesses faster than others.
Wolverine. It's the fourth time you said the word.
This is a full circle back to Red Dawn, right?
It is. It's fucked up. All right, next. Yes, it'll be great. I hope
I had a mutant healing factor. I turned 41. Exactly. Mine happened in my 30s. I blew out my knee, and then ever since then, nothing's healed fast.
Yeah. Outside of having COVID, I haven't been sick for at least 15 years.
Same here.
I just have allergies, and I have arthritis.
I stand firm. The beer bug felt like nothing more than just a sinus infection with a fever for one night. That's all it was for me. I'm not saying that's what it is for everybody else, but that's what it was for me. I just couldn't taste shit for a week, and it sucked. I always joked about it, like, man, if I got COVID and I couldn't taste shit, I'm going to eat nothing but all the healthy shit I dislike, and best diet ever, you know. But the problem is everything tasted like mold. That's what you were saying, yeah. And I was like, that kind of sucks then. It ruins my joke. Except for chicken soup. For whatever reason, you can't fuck with chicken soup. He is a magician. Yeah. Well, he's a magician. Yep.
Who are we talking about? Oh, yeah.
McKinney.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about the Conrad move.
If it were anybody but Olympiacos, Marseille and Olympiacos have reportedly reached an agreement for the transfer of Conrad de la Fuente. Yeah, I would say if it were any other Greek team, maybe Athens would be fine as well.
Sure.
Any other one, that's the death of your career going to Greece. That's where Freddie went to die. That's where Johnson went to die. That's where anybody goes to Greece. That's the end of their career.
I mean, I know that he's like 21, 22 or whatever. I'm still not a huge fan of this, but whatever.
Not either.
I want him to get some playing time regardless of where he goes. I stand firm that I think I'm going to catch myself every fucking time I say that. But I really think that he could have found a better option somewhere else.
No shit. No kidding. I think so too. This is horrible. It's a horrible move. I mean, I don't know. Well, whatever. I could have been Rangers or something too. So
I don't know. I don't even know if that's any better or worse, quite frankly.
It's about the same. Olympiacos and Athens are like, and there's another team too, but I don't need to name them
too. I mean,
yeah, it's just icky. It's not a good thing. And okay, well, here's the thing. I, unlike a lot of other people, am not a big Conrad Jizz guy. I'm not into his thing. All right. I'm not into Conrad. I think he's got deficiencies, and I think everybody's ignoring them. I've mentioned them many, many, many times on this show, and that's fine. Nobody wants to listen to me. That's fine. You don't have to listen to me. That's your choice. But I'm just telling you, I don't think he's going to really amount to much. Sorry. I just don't think he is.
I think he'd be an average winger for a while, and then he'd fizzle out. He's got pace, he's got the flair, but nothing overtly spectacular that's, making me think like he's the second coming.
I mean, he's got problems that he can fix. He can get better at tactics and understanding how the game flows. Mm-hmm. He can also get better, I suppose, at his attitude and work harder.
That'd probably be the easiest thing you'd fix.
Well, sometimes it isn't. Look, dude. How many times did Freddie
stop being a bitch and just play the game?
How many times did Freddie Adu in his career say, "I'm going to work harder. I'm going to try harder. I'm going to do better," and he didn't? When he made his comeback. I
understand the procrastination. Yes. That is the worst. Derek didn't get his link to the show until like 7:45.
I know. I was panicking. I'm like, what
are we going to do? Oh, man.
I got to test all my equipment before we start because this computer has 4 RAM. It's a piece of shit. That's why I bought the good one. That unfortunately, my good one is at work. Because officially, even though I have a nice title at this company, I'm a contract worker. I'm essentially a consultant. All right. And that's for tax reasons. It gets them out of certain taxes. And they're a nonprofit. So I'm not telling you where I work. So forget that.
I found it. The jumping back about 20 minutes, the Pulisic to Newcastle rumor.
Yeah.
As it turns out, I posted a video earlier today, guys, of Reina not playing at Dortmund. It was our recorded video for Thursday.
Yes.
For Wednesday, technically. But I posted it later in Thursday because I find that posting things late at night, most people miss it. So I posted the next day, usually. And a couple people thought that was the live show being promoted. And they posted their question. So I told them, I'm like, hey, I'll get your question, make sure I get it posted up here. Which is why when I was digging through our current post for the live show, I couldn't find it. So here is the question, and this is the Newcastle rumor question. Yeah. Angry Vet. You want to do your Angry Vet noise or impersonation?
Oh yeah, it is Angry Vet. Thoughts on the motherfucking CP10 rumor to Newcastle? I think it's garbage. And as long as no other attackers are brought in, I'm happy with CP10 at Chelsea. Though they are a terrible team to watch. They suck to watch. That's a party in that. He's right about it. They're a fucking boring ass team to watch. They're fucking horrible to watch. So I mean,
we watched last year, let alone this year.
I think that Newcastle have the money to sign him, and they got rich deep pockets all of a sudden now. So they're trying to become one of the top 4, top 6 in maybe another couple years. I don't think it would hurt them to go to Newcastle because I don't think they've got any chance of getting relegated this season. I don't think Dortmund at this point, I think they've moved on from Pulisic, but it's not altogether impossible.
He's still young enough to make it for Dortmund's team.
Listen, I didn't watch Newcastle's first game of the Premier League. So maybe
they won, didn't they?
I thought
they won like 2-0 or something like that.
But I don't think they're going to be as horrible as everybody thinks they are. They went out and made some signings.
So I think here's the thing. With the money they have, it was always going to take a couple of seasons before they start
2 or 3.
Start hitting up at the big boys.
It's what Man City did.
You can't go from the bottom middle table dwellers to top of the table in 1 season or 2 seasons because you need to start convincing players. So you go out and you start picking up talented players, promising players, but they aren't necessarily established quality.
Big names.
They start doing better on the table. And you start bringing in big names later on.
Yeah, Man City.
We're seeing like another season or 2 before we'll start seeing the big names really going to Newcastle at that point. They got the money, like you said.
That first big year for Man City with all the money, they kept the original manager. That didn't last long, but they picked up one big name, that Brazilian guy. I can't remember his name. And then the next season, they added 2 more big names. I think one of them was Tevez. And the next time they added like 8 big names. And then all of a sudden, I think it was year 4, they won the fucking championship. So it takes time. CP10 to Leeds on loan. I don't see that happening. And then what? He's going to have to battle with Aronson and
take out Harrison.
Harrison would lose his job immediately.
I mean, with the way that Aronson's been playing, you can't take him off right now.
No, you can't.
No.
I can't even say he's doing better than. I can't even say.
Oh, you know what? Plus, he could take over for Bamford.
I don't see that happening either. Yeah. He's not really the kind of center forward Jesse likes. So, and he doesn't play a false 9, so that's not going to happen. No, I think Pulisic can just stay.
No, sure. No, absolutely. Yeah. I don't see him leaving Chelsea right now. There's not the right rumor or interest. Right. I don't think Newcastle's going to pony up. They could pony up the cash. I don't know if they will. And even then, I'm not sure if the terms will be agreed upon.
All the rumors I'm hearing is just amounts to jizz on the wall. It's not helping or making babies or doing anything. It doesn't have any real meaning unless that's your kind of art thing. You're into that jizz art thing on the wall. But other than that, that's what it is. It's just wasted fluids, I guess. It's wasted thinking, yes.
So John Rodriguez says, tell that to Leicester City. So I'm assuming he's referring to the teams with the big pockets needing at least 2 or 3 seasons to start bringing in the big names to compete with the big teams. And Leicester came in.
That year was crazy. Though.
And then after that, they've maintained top half. And don't get me wrong, they still compete. They're still competing with the big boys. Absolutely.
And they did it with players that nobody thought were that great. All right. So, I mean, at least you spelled it how it said, Leicester. So you got that part right. But
I mean, nobody wants to actually look up how to spell that. I mean, that's the goofiest fucking spelling in the world.
But it is spelled
Lancaster. That's what anybody would look at that and say that's what it is.
Any American would.
Dumbest thing in the world.
They do that with all kinds of words in England. Look at how do you really say Worcestershire sauce? It's really a battle. If you look at the bottle,
sounds like you're slurring your words when you've been drinking a little bit too much when you say it too.
But you have to say it like that, or you can't say it.
It's Worcestershire sauce.
It's mostly just vinegar and fucking fish. That's all.
Fish.
Yeah. There's lots of fish in there.
So if Pulisic went to Juve, all that would tell me is that Tuchel would be on his way to Juve as well.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
Hunter All. That's like a really Irish sounding name. All. Okay. Are we done? More questions?
We got other stuff. Let's go ahead and go over the actual topic itself since we're 55 minutes in, and then we'll go over the actual questions we have for the entire thread.
All right. Well, let's start on the grand scale first.
The
your favorite U.S. men's national team player of all time. Got to start there, Brett. Before we do what your favorite right now and why. What about the favorite of all time?
my favorite of all time probably might be DeMarcus Beasley.
Might be?
Well, I'm torn. I got a bunch of favorites.
Yeah.
I'm probably more partial towards Beasley.
Because he's an Indiana guy?
He is an Indiana guy. I did play him when I was a Ute. And he had such a successful career.
You played against him?
Yeah, back in the day.
Oh, yeah. So I played against McBride. You played against Beasley.
Look at that.
That's some crazy shit. All right.
Weird how we all amounted to such greatness.
Of course, Beasley just retired. McBride's been retired forever. So that's the age difference between the two of us.
I've liked Beasley's trajectory through his entire career. Started with Chicago, moved up, PSV, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Came home and played. Now he's running Fort Wayne. So that's cool. That's really cool.
Okay, so that's more like a personal connection than it is like a player.
No, but you said personal favorite.
I know, and I have the same problem you do with my answer. I say Jermaine Jones. Jermaine Jones isn't the best U.S. player that ever played for the United States.
But he's German.
But he's part German, and for whatever reason, he is my favorite U.S. player of all time. Now, outside of his balls, his guts, his fucking willing to tackle, his leadership skills, his calling out of our little bit Peanuts guy up there in Sounders.
Yeah.
About his doggy and his girlfriend. You know, I mean, I like Jermaine Jones. I think he's toning down, I should say, his commentary because he realizes he's not going to be able to get the big jobs like the other suckers, suck-ups like Stu Holden.
You start talking about the establishment, you're never going to get up there. Yeah, 100%. And it's funny because the whole topic itself at hand, who's your favorite player? And I'm like, surely we couldn't pick a more opinionated topic than ranking players and coaches, right? Right.
Well, wait. We're going to top it.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, absolutely. We're going to top it. I mean, this entire topic is just a massive opinion because you can look at it like, well, Plisic's doing great. He has this hot career, but then people are like, no, I like this guy more. It doesn't necessarily mean he's a better player.
That's correct.
Beasley wasn't the top player in his time period for the U.S. national team. He was
the best
quality player.
Best left back we had for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was also a solid left wing too.
When he played left wing, but for us, he ended up playing left back.
Towards the end of his career, yes.
We didn't have anybody else.
Yeah, we didn't play.
But he was
barely ever had a left back. I don't know what's wrong. I mean, I understand that the being left-handed or left-footed is kind of a small portion of the population, and then you take that population, they have to be interested in playing soccer, and then they have to be good at playing soccer. So I understand that's got to be rough to find an actual left back.
I get it. It's weird. My brother is left-handed, but he's also ambidextrous. He plays tennis left-handed, bats right-handed, writes left-handed, throws right-handed. It makes no fucking sense to me.
What about opening up a can? That's got to be right-handed because there's no left-handed can opener.
He'll do whatever it takes. He'll open that shit up with his dick if he has to, because he drinks. All right, Beasley's a good one. Deserved. Yeah, these are more personal than they are like who's the best player, I mean, if it's the best player, then you got like the argument is like, okay, there's Dempsey, Donovan, Pulisic, and Rain is coming up.
If we're talking about current players and stuff, you can even make an argument why Hoppy's your favorite player.
I know.
He might not be playing at all, but you can at least express why he's your favorite.
And he is one of my favorites. I have to say he's in my top three.
Here we got Dempsey as a favorite. He's a good one, obviously.
Dempsey's my second favorite of all time. So I'm just saying it right there, right behind Jermaine Jones, because he had the same thing I like in players. He was tough, rugged. The only thing, and he was a rapper, and I was into hip hop. Yeah. And he brought that attitude, and his accent is still great to this day. And then, he didn't take any shit in the Premier League, that's for sure. I love when he told whatever his face, "You don't know who I am, dog," when they were headbutting. In his first season, I think it was
the one where you're gonna.
Yes.
Thing.
And there's that one. Yeah, there's that.
We have the fun ones. We have Adam Wiggins saying that Breck Chase is his favorite.
He's my favorite at fighting boa constrictors.
Boa constrictors, yeah.
Yes.
We got a Nicholas Bowen for Sebastian Lletget.
Okay, this is seemingly.
If you're going German, he's going Dooley.
I love me some Thomas Dooley. I did back in the day. I was actually, not even a kid when those games were being played.
Ooh, so here's good. Chode Patrol. He goes for Musa. Now here's
Hold on. Musa, one of the nicest kids you will ever run into.
And he lost the Bro Fest with Aronson. So.
He did, but his players have rated him their most favorite player on the team. He is beloved.
He seems like a nice kid on the field. Yeah.
Yes. Not Valencia, U.S. men's national team.
Here you go. Pete Morton says Dempsey's his favorite, but he also mentions Demerit, which is a great pickup here.
Great story.
And especially when you know his backstory.
Yeah.
You gotta love yourself some Demerit, man. He's a great guy. He worked his way up from the Sunday League pub leagues of England to making it to a World Cup. I mean,
and make it to the Premier League.
Yeah. How do you not like that? That is great. That's a great story.
Now, Watford's season when he was there, the Premier League didn't go so hot.
Who cares?
Yeah. Okay. Still a great story.
McBride, Beasley, hey, dude.
I love me some McBride. I loved him more when he was a player than I do like him now working for U.S. Soccer. And I wasn't that thrilled with him as a commentator.
Yeah.
Because he was extra politically careful as a commentator. He's not some guy you really want to listen to talk about, MLS or shit like that.
Plus he's got those all black eyes.
Yeah,
kind of like a shark,
But that elbow he took in Italy, come on, that's a classic.
Oh no, everything right on the pitch is classic, man.
Yeah,
nobody can not like that guy.
The guy has a metal plate in his forehead. That's got to be something to be taken into account.
Louis.
You guys are just fucking around right now. All right.
We got a Waldo, we got a Kobe, a Jones, and a Keller. That's Berlin's.
I like all those players, but personally, I'm going to go with Winalda out of these four as the most.
Those three?
Listenable.
Oh, sorry. I see Kobaya Jones. You play for the women's team? What's happening?
Oh, there's three, yeah. But out of
he said Kobe. Yeah, Kobe Jones. Now you could have assumed that there was a Kobe, Jones.
Jones, that's what I assumed. Yeah. And I was just gonna say that out of all those, Winaldo is the only one I'm not have a beer with all those guys, but the only guy I'd listen to for any amount of time. Because Waldo, because Kobe's a suck up and Keller mumbles a lot and I don't know. He's not extra careful, but he's somewhat careful. Daryl Dyke.
I'm sorry, Alex. I'm sorry.
Is one I really like. Unfortunately, DK is probably gonna Donovan favorite all time. He did speak Spanish. Where favorite right now? I like both of those players.
A lot of Dempsey's, a lot of Kobe Jones is popping up here.
All right, Donovan. Let's just be honest about Donovan. He's not a people person. He isn't the kind of guy who wants to hear any negativity. He's kind of tender victuals. So as a personality, Donovan's a little hard to swallow. But as a soccer player, I loved him. And I love that goal against Algeria. That's going to be an all-time favorite.
Chris, you're pulling him out of the bottom of the barrel there.
Yeah, Connor Casey. I like the dude. And Marvell Wynn, I liked him too. He got fucked at the end in his MLS career, but both nice guys. Marvell, definitely a nice guy. I don't know if Connor Casey's a nice guy. I never
first Dolo appearance.
Dempsey and Dolo. Dolo was an amazing player who was the captain of Hanover. I mean, what can you say? He was unfortunately too injured most of the time for us. That's the sad part.
Well, and potentially a future U.S. men's national team coach. He's doing well with L.A., I guess.
He is. So it's really right now, I feel like Marsh, him, Matarazzo, Wagner's career is done, it looks like, as a coach. I mean, he'll come back and coach somewhere else in like 2 Bundesliga. But, I mean, for after what he did with Wolves and taking them to the Premier League, it's just amazing to see. However, he went to Schalke, bombed, went to fucking PFOX team, Young Boys, didn't do as good as the guy before him, even though he had basically the same team. Tony Miolo, we had him on our show. He's a super fucking nice guy.
Super nice guy. Absolutely.
I think that was in 2012. If you look it up, you can look up the Straight Red Card and Tony Miolo. You can watch us have a good talk with Tony. And he actually tried out for the Jets. He gave us that story too as a kicker. That didn't work out, but he tried. Just an overall really nice guy, good dude, and nothing to hide for him.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
we got a Boca.
Boca's great.
Boca's a good guy.
He's a little bit of an asshole though. I mean, he's a little selfish. Look what he did, basically, maybe even holding back Bello's career. But I'm going to argue that he actually,
doing his job,
just protected him because we didn't find out he was as bad as he was until he
got a couple more years of hype before.
Yeah. No, you can't have him. He's too bad. Anthony Placidi.
Malik Tillman fan here.
It's a little early for that, but okay. Hey, man, we all have our own.
You like? Maybe he's been watching him at Rangers.
Yeah, some of us like him young. Some of us like him young, and that's fine. I mean, no, not that, Brett. But with potential, Yeah. So, Toronto has like 370 caps for Hanover and 87 for the United States. That's what it's mentioning. He was injured way too often. It always seemed to happen like 2 games before we were about to get, play a qualifier or whatever. He wouldn't be available. And that was really sucked for Toronto.
There's some uniques. In terms of playing style, you have Dempsey, Hoppy, and Haydude.
This guy's talking my kind of language because I love Dempsey and Hoppy. And Haydude, he was tough, but in a different kind of way.
He was just very much a fan favorite. Everybody loved that guy. He played for Columbus. I should hate him.
He's tough in a sort of a surfer sort of way. He's that guy at the beach with his surfboard, and everybody's standing on the side saying, "Hey, man, we just saw a fucking huge white shark." And Frankie would be the guy going, "Well, fuck it, I'm going in anyhow. I don't give a shit. I'm Frankie Haydude." Conche. What's Clint Mathis up to now? I thought he was great when he started out, lost his way, unfortunately.
I guess it's the cheeseburger.
I don't know what.
I'm jealous. I'm jealous too.
We could look it up. I'm sure he's twiddling his dick somewhere that has something to do with soccer.
Yeah.
Would be my guess. Whether that's like being the radio guy for some, Colorado team or whatever. Dempsey's a great pick. Howard's a good pick. Maybe Hoppy someday. Yeah, I like the guy anyhow. This isn't about like whether or not Hoppy's going to turn out. I just like his attitude. I want to have a beer with Hoppy. He probably won't because he's very, very religious and Christian. I don't know. Maybe he would. I don't know.
They drink wine. They drink the blood of Christ.
Certainly they do. If you're a Catholic, I don't know if he is a Catholic or not. I haven't asked that question because I'm not interested. That's a personal. That's your personal fucking business. Your business, not mine. I don't need to know what your religion is. That's between you and whatever God you want to deal with. All right. Twellman was pretty good until he got his noggin scrambled.
I mean, it's still pretty good. It's just you have to take your health into consideration at that point.
His noggin's still a little scrambled.
It's unfortunate.
On occasion.
Yeah.
When he speaks, you're like, what did you just say? What? You just said what? All right. So now, current favorites, right? Current favorite. Who's your current favorite player, Brad?
I mean, I'm going with Weston McKennie.
Okay. I like that pick.
I mean, outside the fact that he plays for Juve, he's just a solid fucking player in the midfield. And quite frankly, when he left the midfield for the U.S., it was noticeable. Up until they brought Luca De La Torre in.
Yep.
Because it took Berhalter forever to fucking bring him in. But whether he was injured or stooping somebody's sister. They say the word right?
Stooping, yes.
When he didn't play for the U.S., it was very much noticeable. And when he came back, it was even more so. It's just what he brings to the team, it's just impossible. One, not to like his personality. He's the class clown of the team. Always in front of the camera, cracking jokes.
Yeah, he's very likable.
Everything he brings on the field too, his effort, his control, his talent, his ability to read the game, especially getting into the attack. I mean, sticking with him.
Okay, that's a fair one. By the way, it is actually Stupping, but that's, I mean, if you want to do the proper Yiddish pronunciation, Stupping.
Not Stu.
But the Germans might say Stupping. I don't know. I've never heard a German say Stupping before.
Breadism.
I've used that word around my mom, and she's like, "What the fuck's that?" I said, "It's Yiddish." Oh, and then my mom goes, "Oh yeah, we had all kinds of Yiddish words," and she starts railing off all these Yiddish words.
Super weird.
Anyhow, so they're Prussian. Anyhow, I won't get into that. So my favorite. This was really tough, right? Because I really like Musa personally. I love the interviews. I like his energy. But then I started to think, I'm like, God, I like so many of these players. This is crazy. I mean, Pulisic's rather quiet, but he's likable. With those the Ben Chilwell interviews, I think he's kind of likable. I haven't heard as much from Weah except for him mic'd up in the practice that one time.
He was super concerned for Jedi when Jedi celebrated, pretended like he pulled his
no,
hand.
yeah.
He's like, oh, come here, go.
And that's another guy.
That's a lovely thing to see.
That's another guy I really like a lot. Jedi. I like him as a person. I like his interviews,
his personality.
I like his thoughtfulness. Yeah. I like the personality. Walker Zimmerman, I like for different reasons. I think he's a leader. I think he's got guts. I go to Dest, and I'm kind of still a little wiggly on Dest. I like it the way he is offensively.
He stay consistently with the US though, but he's been injured 90% of the time, so who knows?
I'm sure he's a nice guy too. I just never really saw a lot of personality out of him.
Loves the color red.
Yep. Adams is likable. So it became really tough. I'll name the whole fucking team at this point. So who'd I pick? Aronson.
Josh Sargent, right? Oh,
Aronson. I pick Aronson. Aronson's my favorite right now. And it just the last game with Leeds, I was already edging on, yes, Aronson. But now I'm full bore Aronson. I'm all on board. I want to watch every minute of every game that he plays this season.
Marsh had a whole. Somebody asked him, "How do you describe Aronson as a person?" type of thing, and he's like, his family comes. He comes from central New Jersey or whatever it was, Western New Jersey or whatever.
Pennsylvania, I thought.
He said New Jersey, so I don't know.
I thought Medford was in Pennsylvania, but I could be wrong. There might be a Medford in both Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Either way, they're close enough.
Regardless, yeah. But he's like, the hardworking people, they're,
working class.
Working class. When he's on the pitch, he'll give everything type of thing, and you see him like in the interviews like he did with Musa where, he's just like letting it go, like little lightheartedness there, even though he said bro like 500 times.
He did say bro 500 times.
But no, it's a good pick. I mean, there are a number of players, and this is why I said it's very opinionated, because there are a number of players. People have been saying Musa. There were Pulisic in the chat, Luca De La Torre. I mean, they're all over the place.
I like Luca De La Torre's gumption. I do. I like the fact that he flat out said, "I don't know."
Called it out. He's like, "I've been playing this. I've been playing like this all season. Why am I just now getting called in?"
And then
ask Greg that.
Yeah, and then that one interview, they were like, "Yeah, you need to work more on your bringing the ball from the final third to the second third to the third." Yeah. And he's like, "What the fuck? I already do that every game."
Do you ever watch my games?
Yeah, because it's not me. It's not me. It's them. They can't finish. I mean, he didn't say that, but that's what he was saying.
He kind of said that without saying it.
He did. And I mean, he kind of threw his teammates under the bus. But if you go watch the video,
start finishing the fucking shots.
I know. If you go watch the video, you're going to be like, yeah, he's right. Those motherfuckers couldn't hit the broadside of a fucking barn. All right. So those are
David E says, got to be LDLT. Jeez, too many things. I just call it DLT. 3G undercut him. He didn't grovel. Stated that he was wrong and put out his own mixtape. Then when he performed, he said, "I've been doing it, but it ain't up to me who gets called."
Cool. Yep. I like that attitude too. But I like the attitude. He's definitely one of my. There are so many different guys, and maybe that's the thing Berhalter's been talking about, right, for the last week or his tour that he did. Like, this team is special. This is made up of special people, unselfish guys. There's really not a selfish player, like a super selfish player on this team.
Sure.
Everybody wants everybody else to do well. You know, the only guy who gets a little selfish on the ball is Pulisic. And when he decides he's got to be God's gift and be superhero or whatever, he doesn't need to do that.
He says the Allen Iverson of soccer gets my vote. Tim Way.
How is he the Allen Iverson?
Practice.
What do you mean?
You're talking about practice?
Practice?
Practice.
You're talking about practice?
I'm out here for me every night. You want to talk about practice?
Practice? I guess. I didn't know Wea made such a comment about practice.
I think it's the concept of him not really playing for club, but when he shows up for the national teams, he's like all balls to the wall, cylinders, you know.
Yeah.
That's the kind of club games. We're talking about the national team. You want to talk about club games?
Club games?
Club games.
La Liga?
That's kind of a mix
Or,
between the culture
Liga?
of playoffs.
You talking about Liga? Liga? I'm playing for the U.S. men's national team. What do you mean, Liga? Jesus, warm up.
I think that's trending with all the YouTube content creators now. They're now starting to do the whole league.
Yeah, instead of League One. Yeah, everybody's doing
Everybody's doing it now.
League All right. This Lefinduman, by the way, has been fantastic.
He's got it. Berlin nailed it with the whole practice. That's the Allen Iverson. It's Odo Sowie. Absolutely.
Owen Tawasi. Good try, though. I think that's good. Actually, that would be.
That's a perfect Allen Iverson.
Although he did play and start as a center back in the last game.
Apparently, yeah.
Yes, he's started listening to his coaches. Apparently, before this, he refused to play a center back. He said, "I'm not a center back. I'm a center midfielder, or I'm a center attacking midfielder," because that's where Wolves played him. For the most part, that didn't work out.
Chris brings up another good one. We have a lot of Allen Iversons on the team. Conrad would be that practice guy.
Yeah, Conrad's the new Freddie Adu. I hate to bust on him.
Rugnaga explains why he picked Allen Iverson to Wea. Speed, agility, pace, and power is why I picked him.
Oh, you're all about his physical traits. This is almost kind of more about personality in a way. Who's more likable? Who do you want to have a beer with? I mean, I have a beer with all these guys, but you know, if I had to sit down with somebody and have to listen to him say "dude" 3,000 times when I do it, that'd be Aronson. I'd love to sit down and have a beer with Aronson because I think he would not bullshit me. I think he'd tell it like it is.
Probably do the glass of milk too, though.
Yeah, he probably doesn't drink. Would be my guess. Yeah. But
So-
dude, let's get ready to bro. Oh yeah, it's bro, not
Bro.
dude. It's either bro and then
Probably
sometimes,
dudes it too. Come on,
sometimes it says bra. It sounds like bra.
bro. Seriously,
Bruh.
you gotta cook for me.
Bruh. Yeah. Let's get
Bruh.
ready to listen to the Straight Red Card. You
Okay.
already read that. I think we're done, aren't we?
No. We have all the questions. We
What?
haven't done Twitter. We haven't done Twitter yet.
Are you
So-
stooping me?
So, guys, outside of the very opinionated topic that we decided to pick, we also thought now would be a good time to help those seeking answers to family-friendly life questions. What could go wrong?
No.
Below, leave your favorite player and why. And if you have some hard-hitting questions about this crazy thing called life, that too.
God, I really fucked this with this one, didn't I? This is my stupid idea.
You're just like, dude, let's do that. I'm like, oh, okay. This shouldn't go wrong.
Wasn't it like 11 p.m. last night when I was drinking and stoned? I'm like,
Dude, hard-hitting life questions. Let's do it. What is this thing called life?
let's be fucking like Dr. Ruth Westheimer and shit.
Bro.
Take sex questions.
Oh.
Did we get any?
Magnetic Pitch has it. Hit that like button, guys.
Fucking punch it in the pussy. That's what I'm telling you. Hit that fucking like button.
All right, we need to zoom in on these because it's way too far for you. That's maybe way too much. There we go. Can you read
There
that?
we go. Yes. Chris Gary asks, Black Friday, or says, Black Friday, my family usually has folks over for a post-Thanksgiving dinner. The problem is I'm the only soccer fan in the family. How do I tell people to shove their stupid college football game up their behind so I can watch the USA England game? You prepare them prior and say,
Same
listen,
problem. This TD's mine. Pee all over, man. Pee all over it.
You build it up, dude. You're like, this is the biggest fucking game in the world right now. And if you want to watch some
The fucking
college
Lions.
shit,
You want to watch the Lions play? Fuck
Well,
off with
this
that
ain't
shit.
college football.
Oh.
Yes.
Does college football play during Black Friday? And you know what? The Lions play during
Yes.
Thanksgiving. I'm wrong on that. Yeah, so I'm torn.
Yeah.
You're right. 100%. My bad.
You prep them. You build up the game in their minds before they're start even. You start now when college football's not on, right? You start now, so they're not thinking college football yet. You're like, oh, hey, you're on the phone with one of these fucking hillbillies, and you say, listen, this is going to be the best fucking party ever. Guess what's on? Yes. Okay, you don't know about it? Let me tell you why it's important. Just start selling that shit now. So when the fucking day comes, no one's surprised. They already know. They're hooked in. They're like, oh, fuck, Chris is going to play this fucking soccer game. And then they're going to watch, and they're going to go fucking fuck wild.
And you know what? It'd be like, dude, after the game, this guy I listened to on YouTube is going to totally fuck a sex doll.
Yes.
Totally going to happen.
If we beat England, I'm going to have to fucking doll.
We all got to cheer it on, guys.
And so you can add that in there. Also bring up the sort of Revolutionary War thing. Like it's England versus USA.
Stick it to our oppressors.
Yeah, rub that pro-American stand, unless they don't like
America.
I guess if they don't like America, then don't bring that up. But
bring in England imperialism instead.
Dude,
the English might knock us down a step. Fuck America, right? Am I right?
Yes. The War of 1812. The Battle of New Orleans. Bring up whatever you got, but sell that shit now before college football starts.
You know what? I think Chris has it covered. He's marking his territory. We're good.
It sounds like he does. Yep.
No, I've got the same problem. I'm going to be up in Michigan with my wife's family. And, they're absolutely going to be watching that. So I'm probably, unfortunately, depending where we're at, I'll probably have to bring my laptop and watch it. Like, why don't you come over here and hang out with us, Brett? I'm like, fuck off, England and USA are playing.
You can't sell that shit to them?
Dude, it's a hard sell. You know, I endured. So this is gonna be the same family. This is gonna be the same family that scheduled a wedding during the England versus USA World Cup game in 2010.
Sell it as patriotism, supporting the country.
Here's what I'm with. You guys totally fucked me in 2010. You're gonna sit down and watch it in 2022.
Yes, do that too. Yes. Build it up. It's USA against the world, man.
What the hell?
God damn.
You can watch this college game next year. I can't watch this game for another 12 years.
Fucking college football can fuck off. I don't care about it.
Yeah.
I really don't. I do watch the championship game, so I am a hypocrite. But with all that's going on in college football right now, and that mess that they're doing, and the Big Ten's now going to be the Big 20, but we're still going to call it the Big 10. It's ridiculous.
I think you got an easy pull here, Chris.
Oh yeah,
your dad's on board, and his mother's from England. Yeah, come on.
This is hot. This is
nobody's going to be talking.
Argument.
The grandma says it's game. It's game.
Yep. This is going to be perfect.
But what about Michigan? Fuck Michigan. No.
Yeah, fuck Michigan. My favorite player for now is probably Adams. I just like the defense in sports in general. I also like those more stoic, solid, do my job, no nonsense guys. I like that too about him.
Fair play on that, yeah.
Yep. Plus, he's a Marsh guy. As for the question, is it possible that Hoppy kicked Stu Holden's dog? So Mallorca was just sabotage. Sabotage. I
don't think I sent this your way. Somebody talked about how somebody posted the Hoppy to Boro move, Middlesbrough move, sure. And Stu came on. It was one of our listeners and stuff. Stu came on and said, I hope he goes in there and scores a ton of goals. So I had to respond to Stu and I said, I hope that he had the opportunity to score a ton of goals at Mallorca.
Yes.
He wasn't given that chance.
I'm sure.
No response. No,
he's not going to play.
Come on,
but
Stu.
He's got no pull in that. He's got a small stake in that organization. So it's not all Stu's fault. So Stu, when we sent the piranhas your way, we apologize, but we did it as a joke. We didn't know people were going to actually come after you for that. All right.
They could do harder, guys.
Although, Stu, you are a fucking – all right. You know what you are.
But as far as Adams, here's an interesting comparison. Adams is Michael Bradley with coordination.
So unfair to Bradley, though. I'm sorry. Bradley had a really good career in Europe before he got off.
He had a great career with the U.S. national team too.
I mean, not so good at Roma, not so good in England, but boy, Mönchengladbach, and when he was in Heerenveen in Holland, he was a solid fucking player. He is so much slower now. He was so much slower even at the end of his U.S. men's national team career. He'd really lost a step. And I just think, that guy gets ass fucked constantly by everybody. And I just want to make sure that we realize there was a time and place when he was a very good player for us. That's all I'm saying.
No, absolutely. I spent 10 years, especially most of that being on Big Soccer, defending Bradley.
Mm-hmm.
Now, people gave him the raw end of the deal because his dad was the coach.
Yeah, I get it, but look where he plays and look how he was playing when his dad called him up. He was in Heerenveen, then he was at Mönchengladbach. Uh-oh, Fred Baker. Why? What's Fred's opinion? Uh-oh, there he is. This woman I'm nailing poked holes in my rubbers, and now she's pregnant. The worst part of this is that she's a Christian, so it looks like I'm becoming a dad. All right, well.
Troll. Absolutely troll. Come on. He's basically spelled it out this week, guys. Okay. I don't know who he is, but I know who he is.
Well, I don't know how you know she's poking holes in your rubbers. First of all, don't leave them laying around, number one. So that's my first advice. Number two, if she's a real Christian, she wouldn't be having sex with you before being married. No, not all Christians worry about that kind of thing. I'm just saying, well, the ones that are really, into the Christian thing, they don't do that. So I don't know how Christian she really is. In fact, I had one date where the girl told me up front she was Christian and saving herself her virginity, but I was allowed to fuck her in the ass if I wanted to by the end of the night. I'm like, what the fuck? Okay, so that's
very much a college thing too. There,
yeah.
Not most. There's a healthy chunk of college chicks that are game for that because they don't want to take the chance of getting pregnant.
That wasn't actually my real reaction when she said that, because we'd already had the full date and we were going back to my place. My actual reaction in my brain was, oh, goody. This is going to be awesome.
You buy me one more drink? No, I'm
I can't believe this.
All right,
go ahead.
So you've got to say Mitch's name. You can't undercut him at these. Okay?
Fred Baker.
No. The next one. I'm going to scroll down. You generally just jump right into the comment. You skip,
okay.
It's just hard work, and I can't stand for it anymore.
Okay. Phil Mike Hunt with cum. You need to send these to Pete because he won't catch these things.
Oh,
he'll be like, okay, the next person is Phil Mike Hunt with cum, and his question is,
guys, if you do this to Pete or even Filippo to that point, I don't know if Filippo will fall for it.
Filippo won't fall for it.
So if you do it to Pete and he reads it out loud with no hesitation, you got to tag us in that comment. I would love to get like a whole video of him just saying these names out loud.
Yeah,
I think that would be hysterical, and it's going to be the intro to all of our videos from now on if that's the case.
Yeah, it's like I swallow cum all over again.
We beat that drum.
All right. He does have a life problem, and that's probably because of all that cum that you're letting people fill you with. How do you really with an annoying dickhead fan? How do you deal maybe with an annoying dickhead family member? My whole family goes on vacation together and gets separate houses. This one individual goes cheap and gets a shitty motel, but mooches off everyone. He shows up uninvited to other houses. Well, it sounds like you have a vacation problem. And that's when, of course, Chevy Chase's wife's brother, remember when they visited him and then he needed all that money and all that? Yeah, you got a problem. You got a vacation problem there in more ways than one, metaphorically and actually.
I'm spacing his name in that show, that series.
Oh, the cousin or the brother-in-law. I can't remember what his name was. Chet? No, that's another movie. Sorry, and it doesn't matter. But otherwise, I would when it comes to yourself, one thing you could do is talk to others and ask if they're concerned about the mooching, and don't come to them and say, "I'm pissed off about this mooching." Come to them and say, how do you feel about so and so? I mean, how do you feel about him? And then get their opinions. Huh?
Cousin Eddie.
Cousin Eddie.
And he says that's a great comparison. Well, before we really get into it, let's finish reading the thread because he might answer some of your takes.
Okay.
Okay. So he says, asking for breakfast and lunch. So breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He sleeps on the couch. Okay. This is getting ridiculous. He sleeps on the couches in the middle of the day, takes food without asking. He justifies this because the house he mainly mooches off of houses his offspring.
Well, he did raise them.
Yeah. His offspring can't bear to stay with him, so they go off somewhere else.
Well, it sounds like that's more their problem, unless you're one of the offspring and you're, watching this. But
be married to one of the offspring, who knows?
Again, go ahead.
He keeps showing up, and he annoys everyone in the house. He shows up to the house at 7 a.m. Okay, now that's crossing a fucking line on a vacation. People are sleeping and severely hungover, yet he can't take a hint that he is unwanted. Basically, how do we tell somebody politely to fuck off?
I don't think you need to say fuck off. I think you get everybody together, that not him, and you talk about, like, listen, we're all frustrated about this.
This is an intervention.
I think we need to, let him know. I wouldn't call it an intervention, but I certainly would get everybody together, and when he's over, say, hey, listen, we're all feeling a certain way, and I'm going to speak for the group because we've all agreed on what I'm about to say. And I hope you take this the right way because we really appreciate that you're our father, but there are things that are needing to change right now, and we need Earth. And that's how you start that conversation. And it might not go well. He's going to be very defensive at first.
So just as offspring, he could just be the sperm donor for all we know.
Well, we don't know the whole story, so I can only say in a standard living condition with standard people what the answer would be. But obviously, there's a lot more detail I don't know. But you guys all have to come together to a consensus on what needs to happen first. And then he needs to agree to some certain, he needs to agree to do this or do that, not come home at 7 a.m. You're not allowed to do that anymore. Blah, blah, blah. You have to have a list of things he cannot do anymore. Don't show up here unannounced and want to sleep on the couch. Let me know. I got to know days in advance. All those kind of things. You guys need to map out those things. And then you say, here are the things that we all here in this room agree on. And as I said, we appreciate you being daddy, but here's the rules in our houses. All right. So anyhow, I'm bored with family advice. Please go back to local Indiana traffic advice. I didn't know we were going to actually have anybody reply to that. So
yeah.
I thought they'd take that as a joke, but since we committed to answering these questions, I guess we better. Is that it? Are we done?
No. We got another thread here. Chris Gary talks about Darlington Nagby and Lexi Lawless. We did talk about that earlier on the show. If you guys want to see that, go back to like the 22nd minute or somewhere in that range.
Somewhere.
Berlin says, go with my man, Terrence Boyd. It's tied for top goal scorer in League Two, in Bundesliga 2. Has the most goals of all U.S. men's national team center forwards so far this season. I'm guessing primarily because he started a week earlier. Plus, he's playing in Bundesliga 2.
Yes.
Tattoo fan. He's a fan favorite. He's got the Cyclops tattoo. And he's a Cinderella's chance of making the World Cup.
I wish that were true. I think
darkest of dark horses.
I think what he's doing at Kaiserslautern is amazing. Look at my German accent coming out when I say that. All right. I mean, he's been, he's gone all the way down to Bundesliga 3 and worked his ass back up into Bundesliga 2. So good for him. And I hope this works out for him. I really like Terrence Boyd, but it might be a little late in the picture. So current favorite is P-Fox.
No, he can do it.
I mean, it'd be awesome, but I don't think Greg's watching. I'll just say that much. I am.
Pass it along.
Who?
The Turd.
Turd could pass it along.
Yeah, Turd, come on.
Thank you, Chris Gary. I can buy a rubber with that. One rubber.
Out of a quarter dispenser after YouTube takes their share.
King,
you know what? That'll be a good 6 minutes for you though, Derek.
Boop. Oh yes, I got one. All right. Thoughts on the Tillman goal? that was something. You know, I'm going to be really honest here, Chris. I missed the Colt Tillman goal. I just did. I missed it. I fucked up. It's hard to get, like, all of the channels, and I have lots of channels. Nobody plays stuff. I should have watched it on YouTube, the highlights. Yeah. Yep, I should have. But, I mean, I have all these new subscriptions now. So I come home now instead, and I actually watch the full game. Like, I'll go to the games. I got Belgium League. I've got, like, all the leagues you can name now. I can watch them either on ESPN Plus.
Outside of league, which happens to be in BN Sports, unless you got BN Sports.
I've got BN Sports. I've got Peacock. I got, well, Paramount do U.S. men's national team. I got Paramount. So I got all these channels now. But then I got to come home and decide what I'm going to watch because I don't have all fucking night to watch games. I can squeeze one or two in before I go to bed.
Yeah.
Especially if we're doing the show, I can't squeeze shit in because this show takes fucking forever. Thank you, Brett. All right, what else we got?
My bad. I mean, Derek, we know that we like to talk, so.
Yeah, but these are a lot of questions. Are we done though?
Are they really?
Dude,
no, they're not done yet.
We're 140 in.
Okay, I got it. All right, I was bullshitting the entire time. You ready for it? You gonna see it?
Yes. So I bullshitted long enough for you to find it.
Exactly.
This is great.
So let's go back.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh.
I'm gonna just pause it. He took a spill there. Look, he's dancing on the head.
Yep.
But no foul called that I'm aware of.
Are you?
There's a cross. Saw the cross coming in. Oh, the keeper's got that. Don't worry about it. You see the keeper right there? He's like, no,
yep.
You're not gonna get this.
Yeah, he's got
I don't think so.
Wow. That keeper blew that fucking shit.
Yeah, that was a no bueno.
It's a great goal.
Yeah.
And it wasn't something. If I had to say, I'd say it was something. That goalie, it's going to get a fucking F for that play.
Mm-hmm.
That was a fuck up.
He follows it up with saying he rewatched the Leeds game. Adams and Aronson, better on rewatch.
They were great in my first watch and my second. I'll be honest with you. I thought they were pretty good in the first one, but maybe you'll even a little bit. Well, Aronson was certainly better on the second watch, and I thought Adams' second half was a lot more obvious.
Absolutely, yes.
On the second watch. So, although I felt it in the first watch, but you're watching it live, it's kind of hard, difficult.
Here you go. Rogan Nugget says one rubber for $1.99. Now that's what you call inflation. That's kind of the point when you put a rubber on it too,
I mean, what did they cost in the bathrooms when you were a kid, Brett? Or younger, I should say. 25 cents for a rubber? Yeah, quarter for a rubber. I think so.
I still don't trust the gas station things. I just go and buy a pack.
Yeah.
I had no problem going and getting a pack of rubbers and walking up to the cashier and laying them down.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
Especially
since you want some too? You want some too?
Especially since you were buying the extra large. So, I mean, you're like, hell yeah.
I was confused. I thought you had to put it over your entire body. So
you had a chance there to make a pro Brett Dick joke.
No,
right.
this is no. It's always funnier when you make fun of yourself. Yeah, I'm dying on the inside. Yeah.
Oh man, I have to admit, I never wore a lot of rubbers. I just didn't. Almost all my girlfriends were on birth control. Even when I was in high school, they were. Jessica Drum. Oh, I should say her name. Fuck. Anyhow, yeah, everybody was on birth control. It was very weird, but it's a very progressive way to think. I guess let's get my 16-year-old on birth control now.
True. You could go to the. Why am I spacing the places? The women's health place.
I don't know, but I'm sure
get abortions and shit like that. The big thing that they're already about. Why am I spacing the name of the place? It's Planned Parenthood. Jesus Christ.
And get them for free. Yeah.
Yeah, you can go there and just get them for free. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's fine. And if you are having unprotected sex right now with the monkeypox out, I think right now would be a good time to start wearing some rubbers until it. Whoa!
I swear, sometimes I think you got the chat up there.
I don't. I do not. But wear a rubber for a little while, especially if you're into the whatever. You know what I'm saying? Wear a rubber
or goat skin, depending on what you need.
Be safe. Yeah. For now. then go back to being completely irresponsible.
Hold on. We're gonna go here. Bathrooms never had my size of rubbers, and the holes installs didn't fit either. Derek left. No, this is the worst time, Derek. Oh, this is a great line. Breck does say, "Was my comment PG-13 or 2 PG-13?" Oh, the chat's part of the best. Some of the best part of the show. I appreciate it, guys. Every single comment you add in there just makes the day.
I did it again.
Did you catch it?
I did. It
says bathrooms never had my size for rubbers, and the holes in the stalls didn't fit either. Then he asked if his comment was 2 PG-13.
No. I went away again. I'm sorry.
I noticed you went away. I just started laughing, and I looked over, and you vanished. I'm like, it was something I said?
No, I hit my mic again. I hit the USB near the USB port. So it freaked out. And then I'm like, oh, you fucking cunt. That's what I said. But you couldn't hear me because my mic was
It
broken.
was the Brett Show for all but like 15 seconds.
This is the Brett Show. This is the Brett Show. This is the Brett Show. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Adam Wiggins.
We got more. My favorite UNL is PFOC. I'm not reading the rest of that.
Because of the potential that is there if Greg were to give him a solid opportunity. But he probably would probably be Reyna. However, if we were consistent playing time and less injury, dude has skills.
I mean, Reyna's he's a maestro. Let's be honest. Could be the best American player ever.
His interview with Pulisic is just comedy gold.
Oh, that's fucking the best one. He is such a clown when he just lets it loose.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
He's great. All right, we done?
Dude, no.
God damn it! I feel like the kid in the back of the fucking seat in the car.
Yeah.
Are we there yet?
Are we there yet?
When it comes to life, I don't have a question, but I do have a piece of advice. Do the things that make you happy and surround yourself with the things that give you peace. God, well said. Then love yourself enough to never compromise from things for anyone or anything. That last part's becoming
love yourself.
Oh, yeah, I mean, that's important, man. You got to have those skills.
Vigorously, apparently.
It's going to be hard to not compromise, people. I'm going to tell you that now. You're going to have to do some sort of compromise, but you don't have to compromise yourself, but you are going to have to compromise. You can't go to work and then the guy's not doing his job. You can't just turn around and say, you fucking suck. You fucking suck at this work thing. All right? You can't do that. You've got to compromise, and you've got to sit down with them and say, all right, what's up with you? I mean, here are the goals we have, and we're not meeting them, and you're not doing your part. So what's the trouble? Do you need more training? Do you need, I don't know, whatever. But anyhow, good point. I think it's really good to make sure you're happy. That's important. Phil again, favorite player, tied between Legit and Bobby Wood. Both are clinical and elite players.
Frank Baker has accessed his account. I already did that one. Just another look, guys. If you guys haven't seen this yet, spent way too much effort to not show it a second time.
It's fabulous.
Pick your favorite player.
That's a mix of the words fabulous and delicious.
Winner.
Fabulous. I'm surprised I'm able to get through this show tonight. I mean, guys, I did not sleep well last night, and then I worked all day, and then my car's still broken down. I'm driving my dad let me drive his fucking Z. Are you fucking kidding me? He let me borrow that until my car's fucking fixed. My thermostat broke. I'm driving a Z around this fucking bunch of idiots here in Indianapolis who don't know how to drive.
And where you live is the biggest bunch of idiots driving.
That is a
shithole when it comes to driving.
Yeah, it's a wreck fest out there, man. I just hope I don't get caught out in it for one more day. I get my shitty car back, which, I've never been I love driving cars in simulators and all that shit and racing, but I never needed, I had the Lexus. That's true. I did, but it broke down. All right. It broke down. It blew up. In fact, it just caught on fire. All right. So the Ford has been reliable as shit. I will give it that, but it's no race car. I kind of miss the Lexus. I do miss it. Maybe I'll buy one. I don't know. I got the money. That thermostat is a motherfucker to replace too. I know it's deep in that shit. So yeah, it's a fucker. And they're taking their sweet ass time because it's been in there since Monday and it's Thursday and that fucker's not fixed. That thermostat's not fixed. I'm also having them change the brakes and fix one of the backlights that were busted or out.
Two things you could do yourself too.
Not anymore. You got to take like this whole back panel out now. And I don't have time for that. I'm working.
Nobody got time for that.
Nobody got time for that
Okay,
jackassery. All right. We're done.
Dude, no. Have you read Sam's Coming yet? Dude, stop asking if you're done. I'll tell you when you're done. God, I'm gonna turn this car around. I swear to God. So Sam says, hard not to say McKinney. He brings all the physical and emotional tools that you love to see in a player, along with the unpredictability that makes him electric. I'll also stay on brand and say Ferreira. Love to watch his movement.
He likes his moves. He likes the way his hips move.
Jose, or Lupe, he says I defend Serginho Dest like my Mexican brothers defend Diego Lainez. He's got to be my favorite player. I remember following his decision to join the U.S. men's national team. He's got all the talent to be elite. Just needs to put it all together. This is a good video about him. Watch the video. We're not going to do it because we're already 2 hours into it.
Yes.
It's in Spanish for some reason. Still good though.
Joe Woodruff. Difficult question. Very fluid. I would first say that McKinney, for consistent and unselfish play in the midfield, Timo Weah, Pulisic, Aronson would follow because they are dangerous, dynamic, and fun to watch. And then Adams is a general in the middle. Love the show, guys. Cheers. Thank you, Joe. Those are all good picks. As I said, it's hard to really pick a favorite one now because they're also most of these guys are pretty fun. This would be less than ideal. MLS would have been much better for him.
It's about Brooks going to Saudi Arabia. We talked about that.
We already did, yeah.
We talked about this one already.
Yes.
This one's a different Angry Vet.
Anyone with flair and attitude, I'm finished with the scrappy but nice American player. Looking at you, Sarge. Yeah, a lot of us are frustrated with Sarge.
Mr. Vet, it's probably not good to talk to your Sarge that way.
Well, maybe he's a colonel.
Oh, that's a good possibility. Yeah,
could be a lieutenant colonel. Could be a major.
We got the high end of the military listening to us.
Could be a lieutenant. Even a lieutenant can yell at a sergeant.
Fair play.
Yep.
Hoppy seems perfectly fit this description. Sure.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
And he agreed with it. Yeah.
Yep.
He liked it. And then we got Yunus Musa. Nobody can possess the ball like him. That's not.
No. I mean, the ball sticks to his feet. I was going to make
his ability to fake the hip and then go the other direction and pull like a complete 180 and get around the guys. Second to none. To none.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody can turn that well. So, Derek.
Yeah.
That's the end.
Ha! You wait until I've just settled back in again, and then you tell me it's the end.
We'll start a new segment, guys. Leave comments in the section. We'll respond to them right now.
No, don't do that. All right, this is the end. I mean, this is the end. Beautiful friend. That's a Morris, Jim Morrison, The Doors.
It's the end of the world as we know it.
That is REM. Band of the day, by the way, go check them out on YouTube. Interpol. Okay. Go check them out. Badass band from the early 2000s to about, they're still doing their shit. So check them out. It's just the band recommendation of the day. Until the next time on the Straight Red Card, make sure to stay out of trouble. Wear your rubbers. And
make sure they're not holes poked in them.
No holes. But if you have a girlfriend that's poking holes in your rubbers, you probably might want to investigate another girlfriend. Until the next time on the Straight Red Card, make sure you like, share with your grandma, and we'll be back on Monday.
And we're teammates.
Yeah, we're teammates.
I'm a good chef.
Oh, that's sick. That's sick, bro.
I can make food. cheese as well. So.
Oh my god, bro. Yo, you gotta cook for me. Damn. Bro, I get up to cook and I just can't do it. This is tough, bro. I gotta say video games, bro. That's bad.
What about your family, bro?
I mean, yeah. Just because of the way that I was living in Austria, bro, I didn't know anybody there, so like...
Of eating.
Yeah,
like,
bro.
I have so many...
Bro, I just don't even notice, to be fair. Like, but I just kind of grab it, bro. Grab a couple. There you go. Bro, this is hard.
Yeah.
I'd probably say him. I mean...
You're gonna do her. Yeah.
Oh no!
Matt, what the hell was that? Wasn't me.